Hey everyone, what's going on? Joey here, and Outer Banks fans finally have something to get excited for because today we finally have the Season 3 premiere date and kind of like a background of what's going on in this 10-episode season. One thing I have to add in is that we got some photos. I'm going to share some with you. We can obviously speculate about what is going on. But before we get started, make sure you subscribe, you turn on notifications, and you give this video a thumbs up. Let's get started. So, okay, let's just dive right into when we can expect Season 3. It's going to be on February 23rd. So, I have to admit, I kind of thought that this was kind of early. I was expecting this to be sort of like a May show, considering Outer Banks, you kind of think of the shore, you think of summer, but hey, if it gets us kind of thinking of the beach in February, I am not going to complain. All 10 episodes will be released at the same time, which I'm finding interesting because I'm seeing a lot of, whether it's HBO Max, Disney, and other platforms, kind of doing what they do on regular TV, where they release one episode every single week. And with the cancellation of $18.99, I kind of expected Netflix to kind of be moving in that direction. I'm thinking that maybe after this year, Netflix might be doing something like that. I know they're introducing, I think, another version where you get either commercials or less users on one account, which I'm still trying to figure out how they would do that because I'm logged in 17 different computers. So I'm not sure how that would wind up working. But back to the Outer Banks. If you remember last time, they were kind of outcasts. They're kind of just thrown ashore. They're on their own island. And that's kind of where we left off at. Kind of trying to figure out, like, what is going on here. Well, we just got an explanation of what's going to happen this season. And I'm going to read it to you. It says, after losing the gold and fleeing the Outer Banks, Season 3 finds the Pogues washed ashore on a desert island that for a brief moment seems like an ideal home. So for a while, I guess in the first episode, we're going to find out life is great. They're doing fine. We're going to see romances. Officially deemed Poglandia, which fits very well, the island's newest residents spend their days fishing, swimming, and reveling in the carefree lifestyles of their temporary dwelling. So before, life is great, no problems, we love each other, we're having a great time, blah, blah, blah. Then it says here, but things quickly go south for the crew when they find themselves once again caught up in a race for the treasure, quite literally running for their lives. Okay. That right there got me really excited because remember, they lost the other treasure. I mean, it's not theirs. They're not going to have any more. So are they going to find new treasure? Are they going to find out this island is something more than what it is? Are they going to be found by some fathers who are looking for their kids and going to cause some kind of issues? Now, this is where we kind of get into the photos because it looks like they released 7 different images of, them on the beach or them hiding in a cave. Like here's one here where, obviously they look like they're at the Outer Banks. It looks like they haven't gone away yet because there's a dirt bike, so on and so forth. Though I do see a saw in the background or an engine. You see other images where they're standing on the beach. It looks like someone found them or maybe a passing boat came by because there's a lot of, expression in their faces. You've got one who's really excited, one who's extremely confused, and of course, he's like, oh my God, what on earth is going on here? Here they are, which looks like they're staking out the area. It could be possible that at this point they found out that someone came to the island and they're searching for them, and now they're like, oh gosh, we need to hide a little bit. Here we can see, oh gosh, you can see this right here. As they're sitting in the chairs on the deck, you're obviously in the Outer Banks, and you see him with his cane, so he's still limping. So, he's still around. And you're finding out that he obviously wants revenge. They lost gazillions of dollars, and he's angry. He wants his stuff back. And as you go through these photos, there really is nothing that gives away the plot line. You can see there's definitely more romance. There's definitely more adventure. There's one where they're in a cave with a machete. They're clearly hiding from someone. They're on the run because Johnny's got his backpack on and they're kind of looking off in the distance like, oh my gosh, someone's coming for us. But who? This is all we have right now. And just based off of these photos, you can tell this season is going to be an adventure. Now, even though we went over the storyline and some of the photos we've seen so far, my question for you is this. What do you think is actually happening this season? We only know the bullet points. They're on a private island, away from everything, carefree, and then something happens. Someone finds them. They're now on the run. They find some other kind of treasure, and maybe that treasure isn't gold. Maybe it's family. Maybe it's love. There's a lot of different stories we can get off just from these photos. But once again, in the comment section, let me know what you think the season's going to be like. Are you going to watch? We've got 10 episodes. I'll probably knock that out within a week, maybe 2 weeks, just to kind of spread it out just a little bit. And for the sake of just getting ready for it, I'll probably watch the second season again, just because you have to go back, rewatch it, and just kind of dive right into it. Anyway, I want to thank you for joining me. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. Before we go, I kind of want your input. I don't know if you saw the breaking news that took place yesterday, but Netflix's 1899 has officially been canceled before they filmed season 2. If you don't remember the show, it kind of started off as they're on this massive ocean liner. They're going across the ocean. Then they found out that one of the sister ships are missing. They ran across it and found it, and they're trying to tow it back. And it winds up going into this sci-fi movie, which is absolutely incredible. Now, this TV show was so groundbreaking because they filmed it in multiple languages at the same time, because they hired different actors. I think it was 30 different countries, and they allowed the actors to talk in their native tongue. If they spoke English, they used that audio. If they spoke in a different language, they put subtitles or they dubbed over things. And it was insane to see something like that. And they did that mostly because then they can air that in multiple countries, and it shows that a lot of people are representative. It's actually pretty groundbreaking. It was something that Netflix, honestly, it proved to the world that you can make one content for everyone and everyone love it. And the first 4 days, supposedly had gotten 86 million hours watched, which is something ridiculous to think about. It quickly became one of Netflix's biggest watched TV shows around the world, not just in one country, but around the world. So for them to come out and just quickly cancel this show, it's something that's got people scared, because they're like, well, the Outer Banks has a lower audience. Is something going to happen after season 3? Could this be the series finale of the Outer Banks? Who knows? Netflix has this weird history of just canceling shows left and right before they get to their mature date, back to 1899. We're now left on a cliffhanger. We'll never know what happens. We'll never know, yeah. And to be honest with you, that last episode was insane. I don't want to spoil it for people, but you have to go back and watch it, because to me, I'm like, I can't believe that's how it's going to end. There's so many questions, and if you're like me, you were looking forward to season 2. Anyway, I want to thank you for joining me. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. I'm Joey, stay safe, and I hope you're having a great new year so far. See you later. Bye.